Hello, hello. How's it going?
Good, you?
Not too bad. Just trying to kind of rework this area before G that you were talking about.
Yeah, I think I have something in my head what might work.
All right.
Let me log on to the
Alright, is it my turn? Oh, you're gonna hit me and discard?
Yep, you discard and then
And I do what?
you're gonna block. Like you could use normal. Yeah. That's your turn. Yeah. How many cards do you have?
6.
Go out.
All right, I'm ready to rock.
Alrighty.
Go.
When they first get to the middle,
Yep.
you're having them all for what was it, 8 counts or 16 counts or something? 8 counts.
Yep.
Can we take that out and
Yeah.
the next move we had them rotating around those boxes?
Yep.
Would it be cool if they rotate those first 8 and then just reverse force the second 8?
You can only tap those.
Well, don't I get to blow that up?
Oh, sure.
So we'd have them do what they're doing right now at page 30, and then just reverse it to page 31.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's the same
And then
move,
what?
just back.
Double shake, do anything with that?
For those, the next 8 counts.
Yeah, we can have them do that.
It'll be
Double
simple
strike
when
deals
it's
double
easy.
damage to life cards.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, that's a hold. Wonder if I can just if I can order them here. I'll be out in a
Attack
bit.
you and discard a card. Oh wait, I'm gonna play a roll.
And I'm thinking have the color guard go to the middle of the mirror. Well, I guess they could stay there for the first one.
Well, and then you'll take damage on the spot.
And then I draw.
What?
Back. So you'll take the place of this guy. Why are you not working for me? Back. Okay, you. Then you. You.
Yeah, they're going all over the place.
There. You take the spot. You take the spot. What? Clear. Okay, so you take that person's spot. And you take that person's spot. And you take that person's spot. Back. You take that person's spot. And you take that person's spot. You. You go here. And you go there.
Go
Why? Oh my goodness. Why is this not working?
Does 1,000 do anything? It has to be 10, right?
Neither be 10 or below.
You.
Tie.
But these kind of block.
Yeah, they can add their 500 or 5,000 for 0.
Oh,
They
to
can
like
combo,
okay.
yeah, to help
Yep,
defend.
that's right.
Or help
Okay,
attack.
so you take that spot, you take this spot, you take the. Oh my goodness, why is this not working?
Like,
I don't like it's assigning all but one
and then see now you can
spot
sacrifice
for
this
some
to
reason.
this.
So you go there, and then you go there. Okay, yeah, and then you. It's like it's not like recognizing that S3 is there
Attack
or
yours.
something.
Discard card first.
Okay, so you go there. You go.
And just so you know, you can do this in the defense step.
So
Okay.
right when he goes, you can do it. Okay.
Yeah, right when you got
You go there, you go there. So that should look
Well,
like.
no, only
Yep, okay, so
non-attackers
that
can
works.
use these.
Now we do the same, literally the exact same thing here. So you go back, you go over. Why are you not? Now it's doing the same thing with the last guy. Predict next. I'm sorry, Tyler. I don't know why it's messing with me right now.
That's fine. I'm just hanging out.
Okay, so
Jesus.
maybe it'll just make more sense if I do it this way. I don't know why, but it might.
Can you attack him if I don't attack with him?
Yeah, you can always attack the leader.
Go ahead.
We're just gonna do this by box instead of by. So this lands them here. Okay, so that'll work, and then we are indeed in the right spot. And our job now is just to make sure that all these matching orders work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear. You. accept, push. And then we'll go to this lovely group here.
Overflowing biologically.
What?
I'm gonna play this bioarmy thing. It's like a protesting.
Yep.
I can discard a card attack when it dies. I'm gonna attack these first two.
So then if I pump this,
It
then
would
you would still
tie.
win.
It would tie, and I would still win. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to famine command it.
What's that one do?
It destroys 2 cost or less.
Okay.
I'm going to attack Broly in the Beerus. Discard a card. We both sack a permanent, and I draw a card. I will discard a card to bring this back.
Okay. Does Brawly hit me?
Yes.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. And does his I get to boost it. Okay.
And you can boost him if he wins.
Draw.
Well, you have to wait for me to attack. I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna attack you.
Okay.
So
Draw.
yeah.
So can I play combos now?
Yes. I'm not gonna play any, and then that's my attack, and then you can defend.
Okay. But can I play combos in the attack as well? Like
Yes.
Okay.
On your attack, you can play combos, and on your defense, you play combos.
Okay.
And then we'll just do the same thing, but reverse it.
Okay. I'll play Striker Assailant Vegeta.
Okay.
I'll attack. He has critical, so the card will go to your graveyard instead of your hand.
Okay.
Oh, I got one again. Yeah, go ahead.
How many cards in hand?
3.
I'm thinking the guard should go on the first one now.
Okay.
With what I have in my head as far as the next one. Just so they have enough time to get rid of their rifles and grab new flags.
It's interesting I don't have to go low for that.
I guess that can always just be changed in the fly too. Doesn't matter.
And then it doesn't have that anymore.
Oh,
It does. It
yeah.
has 3 now. Okay.
I'll discard it.
Can I attack him now, or am I already attacking him?
You're already attacked.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know.
Yeah. And he would be untapped, so.
Okay.
So I'll take it.
Yep.
I mean, you can't attack him. He's untapped when you attack him.
Oh, okay. What's that? Can I? Is he? Yeah, 15. I'll try to kill him. I hit him. So it goes to your drop though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go after this.
Okay. Oh, I was supposed to draw.
Yeah.
Hey Casey,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I've been thinking about that extra saxophone player.
Yeah.
I say at this point, I can find him something else to do, like to play in the pit or do something else rather than try to fit him in.
Okay.
I think I just kind of been going over that in my head and thinking, well, he could be useful in other ways. Maybe someone gets hurt or
Like as an alternate type of situation.
Yeah, and I was just thinking of ways he could contribute, like maybe playing something in the pit or
Right.
theater stuff, acting. And I'll just tell him, I didn't know you were coming to Lennox until we were working on the drill.
Yeah,
so.
well, until we were in the process.
So
If that's
I say just delete him out of there,
okay.
and then it'd always be good just to have an extra just in case something happens.
And that makes that makes your drill way more aesthetically pleasing too, just because of the numbers that you have. You have very, very good box numbers,
Yeah.
which is always desirable, I guess, is probably the word I'll use.
Attack double strike.
Just to have the option to make really clean boxes with brass or woodwinds.
Mm-hmm.
So I lose 2.
So you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here.
Slasher trunks.
And then we zip.
Okay, you don't have 0 combos?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I should have like protected myself.
Do I have one
I
more
should have
left?
attacked with this
Yes, one left.
Actually, that's. That's close though. That's one attack away. And the fact that you can blow up my Krillins for free is fucking gold.
Do I get to go first this time? Or do we just roll? Okay.
Okay. Just gonna make one small change quick.
Oh shit! I forgot. I'm just looking at my hand.
Ah, damn. All right, let me delete this performer really quick, and then we can proceed. Delete performer. Muahaha. And like magic, gone.
Cool.
God,
Okay, so
that was such a bad move.
here's what I had in my head for the next move. Is for this whole box to just collapse.
Okay.
Yeah, but like it's
Like shrink towards the mirror
I don't think so.
for 8 counts, and then come back out for 8 counts. They're gonna have to go fast into the same box, but no, just the like I showed you in that one other video from last year.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you could just take all these guys and shrink them and keep them in I don't know what you would call it, rows and piles,
Yep. Yeah, we can do that.
and then have them on the next 8 counts expand back out, and while they're expanding back out, go into the box that's just the perimeter.
Yep.
I'd like to see what that looks like.
Okay. So they're at a 6 step right now. Let's crush them down to
Can they like just proportionally all go into the middle?
Yeah, that's what I'm setting up here.
Cool. And I don't know if the inside people won't really move.
I mean they'll still move some.
Yeah, they're collapsed down to the 50 about as far as they can get. They're gonna have a party behind that mirror.
The old behind the mirror party. Let's see here. That's too small. Let's call it what about a 3 step here? No, that's not. Well, what if we call it a 2 step? So there's a. I guess it depends. It depends on you. So here's my issue. If we collapse it down to a 2 step side to side, you'll have your people at the center running into guard members behind that mirror.
Yeah.
If we do a 3 step, it's not going to be symmetrical on the grid. And if we do, like, say if we collapse it down to where it's on, boom, boom, on between the 45s, your people that are closest to the center aren't going to have dots that are going to be on solid, on whole steps. So, like, your people on the end will be on the 45s, but your people as they go in towards the center are going to be at, like, 3.2 something something or 1.75 something something something. It won't quite be... You know what I'm trying to say? It'll be harder to teach and harder for them to see on the field. I can do it. It'll just be harder.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's gonna be weird behind the mirror.
So like if I let's say I blew this up to we want them to collapse, we want them to come in a couple steps here, and I can go on, boom, 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 on. Oops. And then we just have them shrink down here. But then U1, for instance, is at like 3 1/4, and then the next 2 performers are almost touching the mirror, but they're about a half a step outside the mirror. So it'd just be a little harder. It'd be harder to teach and harder to read, and especially since it's a symmetrical form, it'd be really hard to get U1 to be at the same 3 1/4 as S3 on the opposite mirrored side of him.
Right. Well, let's see here. any ideas that we for an 8 count move here? That's easy.
Well, that's why I had the rotating diamond before, because even though it's not collapsing as much, it's adding more velocity if they're rotating while they're collapsing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can still.
I want to see what it looks like with all with them. Well, like we just did here, like or what you were just telling me would maybe work out.
Okay, so we'll put them. On Boom Boom On. Oh, whoops! I wrote that shape wrong. Let's try it again.
Is there a way you can like select them all and just shrink them all together?
Not without reordering them all. If that makes sense. Like I can draw a box, and then maybe that might actually be. Let's see. Because I need to select all then.
What if? Okay. What if
So they're 4x6.
I guess basically I just want the box they're in right now to shrink a little.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Maybe it doesn't have to be a big step. It can just be 8 counts worth that makes the box shrink.
Right.
Pop that.
Cool. Oh, pop that. God, that's good.
Probably.
Oh, whoops. Wrong dimensions. Yeah, that's still what we want. Good. But we want this interval to be. This one we can do straight up and down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can split them on a 3. What about a 4? No, we need a. Yeah, because we're going from 6. So we can still. Yep, okay. That's the right matching order that we want. 1, 2.
Any spirits? Go pop that. I'll attack Vegeta. I'll pop my 500. White belt, sorry.
All right, so this is what that'll look like here.
Right.
Let me. You'll probably see it popping up here soon, but I'll inflate the video here, so you can see the bigger version a few times.
I can do that, right?
You have to pay one to activate that.
Oh, okay.
Just not gonna use it. Tap and discard card. You will now get a chance to attack twice.
And those
Oh, sorry, I have to play that first.
performers in the middle, well, they're gonna be a little. Doesn't look too bad. Spot. Can they go back out?
You don't take a life card.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Alright.
What was that?
Can you hear me?
I keep getting like fuzz, like it comes in and then it comes back out again.
If I get, like, this result of training card again, it's basically
Try
Yes.
reconnect.
I'm getting fragments of what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, are we good? We good?
Yes, yes, I can hear you now.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, now from this spot here, can they go back out to the same box except for everybody's on the perimeter?
Yep. And actually,
What does it look like? Oh,
It might.
I just want to see what it looks like. I'm gonna have to blow it up, but this is. Oh no, because I have them rotating. Whoops. Okay, yeah. So we'll just have to re.
I should double
Yeah,
first.
without rotating, so everybody just
Yeah.
goes back
Right,
out.
right. Out,
Oh, no,
out,
add it
but
first. Add that first.
And I'm thinking some of them might
I
have
could
to
have done
book
this.
it, but we'll see.
Um, so,
And
The
you can
plan
play
B
these
is
from your
if they
hand,
can't
right?
make it, then
Okay.
I would just have them
And
stay
like, and they'll say
halted
their cost on the
for
card.
8
Yeah.
counts in the big box.
yeah, this is the cost of one,
Okay.
and the cost is 0.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um, I'll block against it. It's fine.
Yep.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I can add to
We
it
have
right
his
now.
two
Yeah.
outside the
Okay.
45.
Um,
And 6 off. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Okay. I'll take 2.
go ahead.
Oh, whoops. No, you are down here. And 6.
I'll do like the exact same thing basically. So I'm trying to like plot again. Okay, so I'm gonna play land for turn.
Okay.
I'm I'm gonna raging attacker for you.
Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Now it makes sense.
You're playing friend summoning Gohan? I know top side of the
Yeah,
card.
on that left side there, there's like it's not the same.
I will attack with Broly. I'll draw, we'll discard, I'll sack a permanent. You sack a permanent as well?
There we go. Now we just gotta set the ordering.
Go ahead.
Ah, shoot, I want the piano player in there. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's harder to work with a mouse than I anticipate. Okay, that's what we want. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can go 1.
So what's dual attack?
It attacks and then untaps.
And then it can be like pumped onto air
Oh,
attack.
no, I want to change that.
Like
Just gotta
So if you
establish a
attack,
pattern here to get
you
them out.
untap, and then you can
Yeah.
attack with this, and then use them
to
to
pump.
Whatever you did last year worked.
And he can't block or do anything because he's tapped, right?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actually,
Yep. It's a crit, right?
it's a crit and a dual attack.
Yep. So crit.
Do I draw first before I pump?
Yes.
Okay. So I pump. Wait, if all it has to do is be higher. Alright, let's see. I pump and oh my goodness. So it'll be
This isn't gonna be the final working. I just need to see how this is gonna work
25,
here. 1.
20,000, so
No, the back row
I'm gonna play this.
doesn't go as far as the
Alright,
front row. It looks like
two
there
of
are
them,
4
and
steps,
then
and the back
bounce
row's
that one.
to my hand.
Yeah, so
2 steps.
and then
Let's see here.
so it's 25, 3,000.
Yep.
I can tell you what.
Okay. That's not quite the pattern I need, but it's close.
Dude, I was gonna fuck you up. Just straight kill you, dude. Just fucking.
I was trying to kill you before then.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. And you would have had no resources and just.
That one guy was booking it all the way
Dude,
from
that
the
result
top.
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because then even if you like go all out on me, I'm still
Damn,
drawing.
damn, I'm 0-2 against this deck.
No,
This is
you
the first.
you won one.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. Go to mercy.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. I was like, God, he's huge. All right. Yeah.
Go discard though first.
No. Um. What do I do yet?
Go ahead.
Another hit.
No, I hit you. Yeah, I hit you twice.
Looking at last year's, it looks like the people that were in the front row just stayed in the front row, and it looks like you had more people like stacked from top to bottom. You know what I mean? But then the spacing in this would be all thrown off a little bit.
Permanent is permanent ETB, or is it just like does it happen every turn, or is it just a static ability?
For what?
Permanent.
Permanent is a permanent ability. Yep, it's always static.
I mean that's what we have going on in this one where everybody who is on in the outline is our. I mean they maintain that shape, and then the people in the center have to fill into the integrity of the form.
Yeah, does it look like that A2, or is that A2? I can't really read.
Yeah. I mean A2 comes from the center out.
Yeah. I think what happened last year is you kept the same number in the back row, and then you just put more performers in the outside rows.
If I remember correctly though, last year you didn't have perfect numbers, so each side had like I couldn't make the shape and have the same number of performers on each side of the square. Whereas in this show I actually can have 6 members in each line.
Right. You got it the way you want here.
I'm just making sure that this is how. Let's see how many performers do I have in the center here. I have. Is it 8? Yeah. So it'll be.
Attack, discard card.
Okay, so if an attack gets negated,
I think there's just one thing I want to change.
Why does that happen?
And that's the ordering of M3, B1, and T4. I think I need M3, then T4, then B1. And then I think it fills in the same way as on the opposite side of the block.
Okay.
Did you discard?
Nope.
So it'll go U1, T1, M3, B1, T4.
Go ahead.
So you guys are fine, and then it's... Boom, boom, boom. No, that's not it. Nope. It's...
What if you kept the front and back row? Oh, sorry. Are you with me still?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Okay. What if you kept the front and the back row and just squeezed? You just have to squeeze one more person in the outside one. So they would be at 2-step interval. I think it looks weird with A2 filling in the gap in the front row.
A2 is mirrored on the opposite side of the square though. B3 does the same thing. So you have this thing that looks kind of like a circle that It's like a sunburst that goes into that pops into a square.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering if we can just keep the front row to 6 people, and then fit those 2 performers in the side rows.
So we just have a fuller.
So we'd have 6 in the. We'd have 6 in the. Yeah, we just have a fuller stack of people on the outside, the left and right one. But that'd be fine because right now they're at a 3-step interval, right?
Yep. So let's
just to make that front row, look better when it unfolds. To keep the same number of people that were in the box or back 2 sets.
Some bullshit.
So then side to side intervals would be the same as they were
No, I ramped.
the prior set.
Yeah, someone ahead of you and I went first. Yeah.
What's this guy doing?
Critical to go into drop. And this is a damage striker. Yeah, he's ready. Yep. No problem. Oh yeah, pop.
Back in.
Yep.
I like that.
Rolling.
How far is it?
Yeah.
Where are you working at?
What's that?
Where are you working at?
Oh, just at my apartment. I just have a.
I mean, where do you go to? I mean, like, where do you work?
Like for my job?
Like today, you said.
Oh yeah, at Old Chicago.
Oh, you're still there.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that looks a lot better.
Cool.
What is the step size those middle people take in there? A little more than 8 to 5, huh?
Let's see here. I can give you an exact number. 7.1 is the largest step size, so not even a 6 to 5. It's pretty doable.
That'll be perfect. Going backwards though a little bit.
Yeah, it should be fine at a 7 to 5. If they can't do it at a 7 to 5, they shouldn't be marching.
All right, so now can the whole thing? Or we got to get the guard in there.
Did we want the guard to flesh out this right now, or did you want them to start coming out in that sequence like we talked about here at letter? Now that we're at letter G.
I think they should come out right here with the wind going out to the box.
Okay.
Then they can start their work right on the impact moment there at letter G.
And
that sequence.
And we're coming out with 6 now, right?
Yeah, let's go out with 6. So I was thinking, as far as placing them, well, as even as you can get them in the box there.
Oh, that shouldn't be. I mean, we have 6, so we can do that really easily. We can do. We can even do like splitting the 45, like, and we can just do 2 lines with lots of space, or maybe not even splitting the 45, but like maybe 2s, so we give them like plenty of space.
So G1 would be the one that's not going out, correct?
Right.
Okay. let's stack them. Let's stack them 3 from top to bottom, since there's more space that way.
Okay.
Or is this a perfect square? Not a perfect square, is it?
Let's see here.
Here, 1, 2, yeah. Yeah, so let's do 3 from top to bottom instead of side to side. There's a little extra space.
Oops. I don't know. You should be on the opposite side here.
Well, you could have just flipped it.
I mean, yeah, I guess I just flip it.
Then we don't have one behind the mirror too.
How many cards have you got?
5.
It seems too wide to me.
Can you like stack energy? You know what I mean? Like, can I like tap and then play something? Okay.
Yeah, they might have to be like a step. Well, why don't we have them both splitting the 45 and 50?
All right.
Then they're right in between those band members. And then there's still 8 steps, 5 yards apart.
Just better at a 6-step. And then we move. Whoop.
The judges can't complain about not integrating the guard now. This is the perfect moment.
Just being a turn, just being like.
Especially since I didn't do anything with that turn.
Well, you gotta get one double strike to set it up.
All right. Well,
Got
hold
it?
on. Yep. And now I need to. I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna hide this G1 until the end of the movement, and then we'll delete her into the next one. Because if I delete her right here, it'll delete her from this whole production.
Yeah, just leave her, and then we can always decide how to get her back,
Yep.
or where she needs to be. So now, can the whole thing rotate 45 degrees? So the person F1 is going to end up where F2 is currently.
Do you want to? So you want this to happen in this move or the first of the next?
I want this to happen at letter G.
Okay. So
At half tempo.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. So from 33 to 34.
Yeah, half the tempo with their feet, rotating 45 degrees. So F1 lands where F2 is currently. So it's just an 8 to 5 step for her. The box won't be centered on the 50, but that's okay. So guard included would rotate as well.
You attack me.
they gonna run into the pit?
Sometimes you gotta think about
I just don't know.
Oh, I see. Can F1 go straight left, and then whoever's on the...
If F1 goes straight left,
Is it too big to reach then?
yeah, I mean we can do the same thing and just like shrink the box too.
Yeah, let's do that. I want F1 to just a perfect lateral slide where the F2 was. How much does the box have to shrink for that to happen? Because I don't want the guard to get too crammed in there.
We'll have to finagle here and see. So let's build a diamond. And we want this at like an 8 to 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't want it to be any larger than that. I want it to be a nice, comfortable 8 to 5 stride.
Right. Okay, so then that would put F1 here. And right now they're at a 4 step, so let's shrink it to a 3. See how that works. I just got to find the angle on this. So 1, 2, 3, 6 members.
Yeah, it'd be nice if F1 could just be where F2 is, and then whoever's on the top left to where C5 is. Would that be a... Oh, it would have to shrink as they move around, but I guess I don't know.
So it's our first position. Let's go to it.
I'm letting you work on that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick. You there?
Yes, sir.
Oh. I was kind of watching last year's, and I noticed that the person, like F1, you know,
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been the point. It would have been the person behind her. made the new point in the next one. That makes a difference.
Got it.
Yeah, okay, so that's how I want that. Which means you. No, we need to.
Starts a battle. Your opponent may activate block for up to 10%.
We need to grab all of you
Yeah, no,
people
so I think
here.
that's before this all happens.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2,
When you target
3,
from
4,
the
5,
team.
6. Oh, right, because this is not an even rotate. Right, okay.
Yeah, no, it's my turn. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, so like last year's, I can't see the numbers, but whoever would be behind F1 would actually become the point of the box when they rotated.
So 8-2?
So everybody would just be, yeah. So it would kind of shift that way, you know?
I mean, we don't need to do that necessarily
No,
here.
that's fine if we don't need to do it. F1 is actually a good marcher, so she's good to be at the front.
Well, what's the distance here? We have from you to you. 15 steps side to side. Starting with 3, so 1. Oh, shit, that math's not going to work out the way I want it to.
What happens if I attack in an bigger defensive move?
Nothing. You can't take the damage.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to keep this on the grid. But what we need to do is take this whole group. Okay.
Man, this is the attack.
Yeah.
Because you're here, and then you need to be at the point.
Yep. I'm ready.
Is that it?
How many steps? Here, 4, 8, 9, right? So we go 4, 9.
Use Luis.
That's not quite right.
Charge.
Go.
Why is that so not correct?
It doesn't look good.
Oh, no, now I understand what's going on. So you need to be actually like right here. Ah, that's what I was doing wrong.
How does like dual tip?
That's what, okay, that makes more sense.
Once return a card with dual
Then we
attack, switches to
take...
active mode after it attacks a battle.
y'all. Go here to.
So if its attack gets negated, then what happens?
Then I can't attack.
And you get to attack Sam.
Yeah, because it's an ability. I think it's an ability like in the.
It's still a little wonky
So
though.
once per turn, a card with dual attack switches into
I
the
think
attack
the
mode
wonkiness is
after attacks go. I see what you're saying.
the wonkiness is the number of members per side.
Turning the computer on my side, it still looks like.
It still attacks because it's still a miss, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever happens, the top of the box needs to be the same person as the bottom of the box, so it has to be lined with F1. You know what I mean?
What?
Because of dual attack.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. So then it doesn't untap.
That's not quite true. Because it's we're not working with a perfect square, so they won't be. If one's lined up directly on top of if the point is lined up directly on top of F1, then it's gonna distort the box.
I'll attack Beerus. Discard a card.
Because they're at a.
Yeah, because the way it is now, it's like it's not quite 45 degrees or something. It's kind of interesting looking here.
Attack. I'll pay one red for it.
I might not be able to build this from scratch with these dimensions without doing some complicated math. You know, like without just like. I'm not sure if there's a. Let me see here.
You'd think it'd be an easy move to make, just rotating it.
Well, and technically I can. Like I can just
Yeah.
rotate 45 degrees, but that's not. That's gonna force us into a couple other issues. You know.
Yeah. It would just look neater. Well, F1, yeah.
But if I try to collapse the sides, then I have to build that from scratch, you know, and that
I don't think.
I actually don't know the math on that. I need a refresher.
Oh,
Okay, so
good.
yeah, the way you have it now,
That would be a
or
good time.
you just use this specific tool that rotates
Oh,
it.
Correct.
Oh,
And I can manipulate this shape too to
Yeah,
like I can
so
push it.
I think you keep this shape here, and then let's see here. Well, maybe it would work then if we if
Don't draw them.
that what was it A2 was that person?
Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
If E2 just becomes the point, then we keep the same number of people. Well, yeah, then we keep the same number of people in the
I still cut you off 2 cards.
the left and the right. I don't even know what lines to call them. The bottom left and the top right then would go from having 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people to having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you want to go back to the 6x6x6x6? So the 6x6 block.
No. So what if you made A2 the point where F2 originally was standing?
Yep.
And then just put F1, you know, back or behind her, a step or whatever, into her left, or whoever that's going to be.
So we'd be.
You'd be basically changing the rows that have 8 to start with down, or 6 to start with back down.
Right. So we'd be evening out the lines again, essentially, right?
Yeah, basically is what would happen there. If A2 becomes the point. And where would that would be 2 steps outside the 50, right?
Attack yours for 1,000. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna attack him Crowley. Draw, discard, we will sack a thing.
Does it hit?
Yep, yep. Play Argus. Discard. Draw one card.
Did you have to discard then when you were attacking before?
I,
Did you ever attack before?
yeah, but I wasn't.
I was just
Discarding.
wondering.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Yep, no, I'm up.
That sucks.
Yeah, because I just discarded on my turn. So, attack. That puts you in the 50.
Actually, hold on. What interval are they at right now? They're at
Maybe, maybe not.
there's straight four-step interval. So
So isn't what's going to happen is it's actually going to get smaller before it actually gets back to the right size, or that is it going to be weird?
give me 1 second here. I'm trying to
Yeah,
work
no
this
problem.
out here quick.
Yes, because.
Double strike.
Yep.
Makes sense for me.
Plus 5,000 something.
Yeah, and attack 2.
Okay.
Plus 10,000 draw card. Plus,
Yep.
he's plus 15.
Okay.
Double strike.
How many? What's splitting the difference here? Actually, is that right?
Pop him.
Yep.
Oh, I'm approaching this all wrong.
Plus 10, plus 5. Double strike.
So he's
15.
35. Alright. Add 10,000, draw a card. I can tie if I can't. Actually, no. That's definitely yellow.
Yeah. I need that agility card.
Yeah,
It's like an auto boost.
yeah.
That card plus
Dude, I should have done that.
Yeah,
Definitely, probably can win that game, actually.
for sure.
Because I can, like, tax all the resources you get and
Yep.
Broly
I wasn't
and
being
fuck.
aggressive that
And
game. That was a lot more passive game.
I
So
know that. I'll try this. I'm gonna normal it, actually. Sure.
Is this making it more difficult for you? Or do you think it's going to work out?
Well, I mean, I think what we actually just need to do is.
What? Okay.
I think the only way this shape is going to be clean is if we keep it on the grid. And
Yeah.
so in order to do that, we can certainly rotate the block. The dimensions are going to change slightly, but it will give all of the members
What if we
hard
try,
checkpoints.
What if we try something here? What if we just rotate it with that rotate tool? And then it's gonna be it's gonna take up the whole space from the front sideline to the back sideline, right?
To the hash.
That's what we were worried about.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If we do that, like, none of your kids are gonna have sets that are on hard checkpoints. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And right now but like if we do it this way, if we make all the sides even, we can snap them to the grid. And they'll have really easy checkpoints. So like, it's gonna be harder to write. It'll be easier to clean. So I would rather have it that way. You know what I'm saying?
So you're doing it the way that I was saying, where A2 is gonna be front then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So A2 will be the front, and then we'll take B3 and add it to the top. We'll add B3 to the top line, and then that should make even numbers. Because what we did the set prior was we took members from we took members out of an even shape, and then we just put one on each end to add to it. So now we're just undoing what we did earlier, basically, so that we can have clean numbers on a clear grid that are easier to march.
Okay, I'll just let you go after it here for a little bit more.
All right.
What I want to do for the next move is push the whole thing down and to the right.
Yeah, that move will be significantly easier, because that'll be is just push.
Okay.
So that'll take like 10 seconds to write. This one, however, is going to be a little more.
Well, then the other concern is just making sure that we're not going to run into that mirror.
We can adjust this too. We'll make it work. It'll be fine.
And then the color guard's going to need to make sure that they're.
Yeah, well, that stuff's we can make sure all that stuff is taken care of. Oops. Actually, and now I know exactly how I'm gonna write this. So this should be fine. It's just gonna be the classic. I was overthinking it. This is a classic 2x2 block situation. So, crap. So we have you here, and then it goes to. I think I have one more, and that should keep us even. Flip. There we go. Great success. And then we'll just finagle these we'll fudge these numbers slightly to. Oh, and you know what? B3, you're not even supposed to be in that line. This shape is going to be wrong if I keep you here. But that's not a problem. We'll just rework it. Whoop. So yeah, U1 is supposed to be the top of that shape. And then we'll go. Oh, so we need U1 in this, actually. Right? Yeah. Or is B3
The other thing we have to be careful of is step sizes, too. If they're going half time, we're not taking 16 steps to get there, we're taking 8 steps to get there.
Yep, and we can. That's all stuff that we can do using the push tool once we build this shape. Okay, actually, no, that's fine. That's how we want that. So we take this, we go B3.
I'm sorry. Go.
I think I need cards.
Ah. Oh no! Oops.
Draw.
Yep. You discard, right? Yep. Okay. Go ahead.
I discard.
Okay. Shape built. Step size won't be an issue.
How many cards do we need?
3.
Go ahead.
What if you moved? What if you kept? Let's see here. There's no way for you to do that at, or put it in the drill at halftime.
Oh no, I can do that. I like just animation wise.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that. That's a simple,
Attack.
very very simple
And
standard pace half apply. Done.
What's the step size there? The largest one.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It looks like the person on the bottom left corner has got the farthest to move. It's more
Yeah,
than an
the biggest actually is going to be a 5.1 to 5 at this at the halftime.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Especially with the music moment there. Who is that? Oh, I see that person going backwards.
Yeah, it's going to be your people on the. It's going to be your points, the people on the ends.
Yeah, that's no good.
What? What do you do?
Declaring attack, blowing that up, drawing.
Okay. Yep, sounds good.
Any solutions?
Don't rotate them. I mean that's. Or
I
we
really
can
like
we
that
can
move right there.
we can rotate them at a not as sharp of an angle.
Can everybody shrink? Let's see here. Can the box shrink just a touch to make it easier, or is that not going to work? Well, then the guard, I don't know, the guard is kind of already suffering for space then here.
Well, don't like. Let's get the guard out of here then. Let's get the guard moving because they were gonna go double time here anyway, weren't they? Like let's just push them out of the
I
block.
don't know. I want them to move. I want them to move with the box here, down and to the right. I think that'd be cool. How much space do we have there?
You're up.
What if? Let's hear. Is there a way that you can save what you just did so you don't lose it?
Three cards in my hand.
Done.
Yeah.
Considering that step size is crazy.
Tapped out.
Oh, let's see here. Can you can we go back to and do the rotate tool and see if that helps us out? I might have a solution.
How about what do you want the rotation to be?
Just go back to doing a 45-degree rotation with that whole form, keeping this or just using that tool.
That's gonna mess everything.
Yeah, from the original form, where everybody was at in the first place. So set. I don't know what set it was. Was it 31 or 32?
So
15, so it's 2,500. Yeah,
35.
So you want a 45 from here?
Okay, yeah. So from was it 32?
Yep.
Use the rotate tool and do a 45. What's our largest step size when we do it that way?
It's gonna be a 6.6 to 5.
At the halftime?
At the half, yeah. Right now it's a.
Can you fudge them over, or can you fudge this form at all?
It's at its optimal movage because if I move because this is just rotating around a central point. If I move it in any direction, it's gonna it'll make the step size smaller for half the block and then
Right.
increase it for the other half.
Is it possible to make the bolt? Well, is it possible to shrink the intervals or shrink it a touch?
That's what we did with the last thing that we did. That was the
I have to sack something.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. The smaller we shrink the shape, the bigger the step sizes are gonna be.
Yeah. I just don't see why F1 can't be where F2 was. And then who's that on the bottom left there? I can't. M1 maybe? who's moving the farthest here?
M1, T2, S3, and F1.
People on the outside there.
The points, yep.
Yeah. Well, and the way that F1 lands up is she's like right on top of the piano. What do you think?
I don't think this is gonna work the way that we want it to work.
6 to 5. I mean, it makes sense how it should work if everybody just.
I'll do that.
Is it because the box is like not a complete square? You think? I just feel like F1 should end up where F2 was, and like M1 should just go straight back. Doesn't make sense to me why it can't just be the same thing, just turned on its side, and then they wouldn't have as far to go. Oh, I see. It's probably because it's taller from top to bottom.
Yeah.
But it's not that much taller, is it?
Plus how much?
25.
Plus 25?
No. Plus that.
Oh,
25.
so okay, it's 25.
Is there any way to
Plus 1,000.
fudge what
Plus 500.
after the rotate tool? Even if F1 was like 2 steps off the front sideline, and what was that in the back left? Was that B something? One, two,
Well, I know,
three,
I draw a bunch of
4,
cards
5,
too.
6, yeah.
Race to the land, I guess.
Do I use a draw?
Discard card. And sack a permanent.
Yeah, I hit.
Okay. So. Oh, I draw a card. Oh, wait. So I'd have to draw.
What?
Discard. I shouldn't have played this. Because I would have drawn and discarded this.
Yeah, but now play.
Well, we're gonna go for it.
Yo.
Cool.
No.
Barely.
I feel like
I fucked up a lot my hand, actually.
I should have left like a man. I should have left 2 mana. Went 2 hand. And then I think I win like guaranteed next turn. Like I just had too many cards on you, and like if I kept 2 mana open, I 100% won. Because I had the stupid if you have 4 or less, they give it 10,000 to draw. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I got too aggressive at the end. I had 2 of those. I should just like chill. Like doing all that swinging, but like still just kept mana open.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that agility card's giving a good job.
No, that's insane. Puts you so far ahead right away. And you guys draw, but he's attacking.
And all the 4 drops are
Three
really good.
drops.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
crap.
How many cards do you have?
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Go.
Oh, okay, so that's the middle of this attack.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Just this.
I'll block it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, you're at an 8 to 5. And you are at an 8 to 5. And you are at an 8 to 5. And you are at an 8 to 5.
Is that the only attack you got?
Well, we're gonna do it.
How you
Oh,
doing?
hold on. I'm gonna play trade cards.
Are you gonna blow it up?
Wait, why is...
That's fine.
That's my problem.
Discard.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why would... I had page 34 there. Where did that go? 3, 4...
Seems like you got a lot of counts in there.
Hit.
Yep.
There was like taking like 18 or 20 counts.
Pop that.
Why was there...
Back.
When did I apparently I deleted a page tab in there somewhere, because this 34 was there. Right here. This was 16. Or, sorry, this 16 count move was to set 34. That's where I'm getting all my math mixed up. Okay. Sorry.
Nothing. How many cards left?
6, 5.
And why is that telling me... Because the 16 count move...
Dude, Ram's broke.
Yeah.
Going versus strike 2. Like if I think he only plays 2 that Ram spell though. So I'm always bullshitting that shit.
We should make it spin where the people on the ends, like their maximum step size would be just
He only has 2
a little
beasts,
bigger than
and
an
he has
8 to
4
5.
batters, so
You
I'm
know?
thinking exactly 8 to 5.
Or you're thinking 8 to
think you
5.
play-
Because
Well,
I was thinking if they can take a little bit bigger than 8 to 5, then we can still make the box
plays a 1
big,
drop.
or a little bit bigger,
Block for the sack effects and kind of extra.
but still accommodate the
I think
guard
4
inside of
is
there.
good.
Because if they only take an 8 to 5 step, then it's going to be an uneven, or it's not going to be a true diamond. So technically...
Well, I mean, it's not going to be a true diamond...
1 curse.
Oh yeah,
either way.
right.
Oh, no, you go up 2 steps. There we go. That's what I needed.
That was thinking, what if M1 could make it to
Nice.
14 steps behind the front sideline?
I like that.
So just 2 more steps than an 8 to 5 would be.
What do I not want? It's always so hard.
That would mean all the outside people would take, or I guess that would land F1 on the 50 then.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Always about practice.
But what if they,
Every game, there's been one in
instead of going straight across, what if they went down at an angle, still at an 8?
That's what he
Or
needs.
what would be an 8 to 5 step? So F1 would actually land 2 steps off the front sideline and 2 steps outside the 50. That would still make that one person's truck a little bigger.
For these, you need for these.
Oh, duh. 4, 8. Eight, 4, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So it comes down to let me just try this really quick here. I need to. I figured that would happen.
Yeah, because F1 and I don't know who the top left person is,
I didn't play man.
make it to the 50, then we'd have a true
No.
up and down
I did, yeah.
diamond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's
Yeah,
third
yeah,
one,
yeah.
turn
Go
two,
ahead.
yeah.
I was like, I didn't know you objection.
Um. I'm just trying to see the forest through the trees here a little bit, and what I mean by that is like there's a few ways that we can write this, and I just don't know that. Like for instance, if we make this a true diamond, yes, it might be aesthetically pleasing to have a true diamond. I don't think you're ever going to see a true diamond on the field because nobody's going to have.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I should say, very few people will have drill that's easy to dress to in terms of step size. In terms of static dress points, they'll be able to see each other, but
Right.
But in terms of like now why is okay.
So if F1 made it to the 50, that'd be a little bit larger than a 8 to 5, right? Yeah.
What is it? I didn't
And if F1 was 2 steps off the front sideline, which would be that one work. That'd be a pretty hefty step, but
So
I'm
so
off.
F1's static dress points then, if they were going from 2 outside the 45, that is 1, 2, so it'd be 4, 8, 10, it'd be 10 steps, they'd be 5, so they would travel 5 by count 4, they would be at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they'd be at
That's what I thought.
one off the, they'd have to be
Yeah,
one off the yard line, or sorry, 3 off the 45 by count 5, and then on the 50, or on count 4. So 3 off on count 4, traveling 5 steps, and then on the 50, at the end of that, that would make the halfway or the quarterway point 2.5. So the only hard
20. Gosh.
the only hard dress point that performer would have would be 3 steps on count 4, three off the 45, and then on the 50.
Yeah, that'd be fine, I think.
Okay.
What if we put F1 2 steps off the front sideline on the 50? Who's at the top left? T2.
Top left is T2.
C2.
T2. Trumpet.
Oh yeah.
Trumpet
Why don't we
2.
put T2 2 steps in front of the hash on the 50.
You want T2 where now?
2 steps in front of the hash on the 50.
And then you're looking at having M1, I'm assuming on the 45
M1.
splitting that space.
Not on the 45, outside the 40.
Or sorry, like on the
splitting the 40 and the 45. And 14 steps behind the front sideline. So basically, the corner people are all moving the same distance.
Yep.
Wait.
And then your S3 is going to be the same thing opposite. And then we just move everybody else accordingly.
Yeah, let's give that a shot. I think those end people can make that. It'd be a decent sized stride, but oh, I see. Actually, M1 wouldn't. Those guys wouldn't necessarily be 14 steps off, would they? Given the back row is. It'd actually be 13 steps off. Right? They might as well just make them 14 then.
Just still thinking about the card.
Then you just take advantage.
if this hits, it does double damage. Hold on. Hold on.
Response to the attack.
Yep.
Pop it. Go ahead.
Nothing happens when he hits, right?
Two damage.
Okay. Do I have to do? Yeah, just 5.
How many cards do you have now?
5.
Hey Casey,
Yes, sir.
another thing that I was thinking about is, well, I don't know if this makes it any easier or not, but on the points of the diamond, I was thinking you wouldn't have to have a single person be the point. You could have 2 people be
What's counter?
the edge of it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I don't know if that would help step sizes with any of them at all or not.
I don't know. I don't know necessarily know that that would help the clarity of the form.
So then, well, that would make the endpoint people not have to go as far.
I don't think step size is an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we need to be writing for step size specifically here.
Right.
I wish I could have wheezed.
Would you be the two die route?
Yeah, I would have wheezed.
What did I do?
Yeah, you would have definitely lost. That you need to do that or you lost.
Why? No, that's not supposed to happen.
I should have wheezed this guy, like any other attack. I didn't know, I forgot, but now I know if you have 7 that you can do that, so. It's like a rodeo card.
Just making sure this isn't happening with this guy too. T2 and S3. They stay the points, right? You stay a point. And S3 stays a point. Shit. Okay, give me a second. I done messed it up. Why are you... Yeah, so T2 stays. That's fine. So I just need to change... I don't know how did I do this? I need to move you for like half a second. Okay, so you stay there. And then...
Really?
Doesn't matter.
works.
I pulled that off my bottom.
I wish Blue had a card to deal 1 damage shit set.
Huh?
I wish Blue had a card to deal 1 damage shit set.
Why?
That's how that's supposed to be.
Like,
Okay. We're good.
it just depends. I couldn't use the agility. I was 1 card short, so it kind of just depends sometimes.
Oh, peaches.
Yes. And it was because Whis was in there.
Oh, that's real.
And I drew 1. Like, it was like the worst. My turn?
First, yeah. Hey! My turn. Lifetime turn.
Unless they're both in my prize, fuck you.
Again? See if mine's in there.
There's 1. It should be in there. I have both of them in there. Yes.
Nope.
If there's 4 in there, it's gonna happen.
That was good, huh?
Yeah, give oops, not props. I want
So I did that, discard that, got that.
Yes.
Oh, that, discard that.
Alright, so your biggest step size. Your biggest step size is going to be 6 to 5 here. But outside of that, it should be fine. And so, I mean, 6 to 5, like I said, 6 to 5 is the closest to a natural walking stride. If your ensemble's not doing at least some 6 to 5 marching, you'll probably have judges telling you that the show's too easy.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
And again, it's only 4 performers who actually have that 6 to 5. The rest are smaller.
Right. M1, T,
T2, S3, and F1.
S3.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think those are all good markers. Okay, now we can just have the guard rotate the same exact way.
Go. Oh shit! I wanna pop that.
Okay.
I wanna do that.
So they're moving 4, 8, 12 side to side.
Attack here. I'm actually gonna pump it. Sure.
guard might have to get a little tighter here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. You Eagles go swimming out there? No? Yeah. Can the guard girl be right in line with M1?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shit gonna happen now.
I don't know. They might have to be a little closer together, don't you? Or the guard. So like one step towards each other. Do you think?
Almost a 7.
Or do you like how this? We can always fidget too when we're out there working on it. I think we're just playing with the matter of inches here. Should be fine.
There we go.
Doesn't do a lot, huh?
We gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I think the one guard girl in the front won't be able to be on the 50-yard line. I think she'll have to be a little to the left, don't you think?
To the left.
Who is that? Is that G5?
Yeah.
He's gonna need to be like a step outside the 50.
I think if anything, she just needs to be a step towards the front sideline. Because otherwise she's not in line with F1.
Right. So let's do let's do G2 or 6 in front of T2, and then G5 is good. So put the end guard girls just 6 steps away from the end points, and then we can always fidget when we're rehearsing it too. I think the only person that needs to move is that G2. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna awaken.
Can you put flags in their hands?
Oh yeah, sorry, that should have happened a while back.
That's fine. It's when they come back out
Yep.
behind the mirror.
So I'll just put them in their hands right in this set since this is where they're actually making the transition.
Oh, this is gonna be cool.
Okay. Flags are in session. I'm gonna take one actually out of. I'm just gonna take any equipment out of the non-guard member here who's going away. Since you're not really gonna be a thing. Okay. There we go.
Okay, now in that whole form, slide down and to the right at an 8 to 5. So that means F1 would be 2 steps off the front sideline.
Are these
splitting the
are these guard members? Sorry to interrupt you. Are these guard members going to be marching at a halftime step too?
I don't know. For this next move, they will for sure.
Okay.
I would assume they would be moving at a halftime step.
This is another 8 counts you want? Another 8 at a.
So yeah, it'd be the next 16 counts double time or 8 halftime counts basically. Everybody slides down and to the right. This whole form. So F1 would land 2 steps in front of the front sideline, splitting the 50 and the 45.
Sorry, I just gotta.
I think F1's just gonna barely graze the piano player here.
Okay.
I'll attack. The discard. Go sack a thing. So this attack's coming. I will pump it by 500.
I already drew for hitting it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still gonna pump it by 500.
Yeah.
And then I'll attack Beerus. And then are you hitting me at the attack?
Nope.
So this is
Yeah, I want them to go exactly along the line. So F1 needs to land
That costs 0.
Oh.
in front of the sideline, 2 steps, splitting the 50 and 45.
2 steps in the front of the splitting the 50-45.
5,000.
Yeah, and 2 steps in front of the front sideline.
3,500. Sorry,
That puts a performer on top of the piano.
40?
40.
It shouldn't. They should just graze right by her. Oh, I see.
I mean, I guess I don't know how big your piano is gonna actually be, but that seems like it's cutting it pretty close.
Well, I think what we're gonna need to do, I think we'll be fine.
Dude, that ramp's not important. That like 2 mana ramp is insane.
Because the piano player won't be facing front. She'll be
I haven't tried to like attack you with like a 2-drop, 3-drop though. It's not like
she will be facing
Well,
side
it's
1.
not good against
Okay.
Beerus.
No, if I did.
We can always have her.
That's what I was doing against
We
him.
can always fidget with her. I think this will work.
How much do you care that one of our guard members is directly behind the mirror?
Yeah, I know. I see that. It should just be ending here, right? So just the last couple counts, she'd end up behind it.
Right. Well, I mean, actually, for about half the move, she'd be... Probably for about half the move, the mirror will be in front of her.
Yeah.
Four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Let's see here. Can I see those two moves together? So the turn and then the push down.
I lost.
Oh, did I get a 7?
Yeah.
I thought that was a 1.
It'd be cool if the mirror moved with them. Maybe we should have that guard girl push it. But then it'd have to be there the rest of the show.
Well, I mean, unless that guard girl's gonna be there for... You know, I guess I don't know how long you want that guard girl there, but...
Yeah. Well then, what if she's not there for that performance? Let's just keep the mirror stationary.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
I don't think there's a real reason to move the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, like we're gonna be marching around. We've just done a bunch of drills centered around the mirror, so
Yeah.
at some point we were gonna have to break away from that formula. You know, and then like from here we just have to go into something that's not symmetrical drill. Like I'm just trying to think back here. Like it's been. I mean, it's been some time since we haven't just been in blocks, you know,
Right.
and then even so we've had we've had 6 pages of symmetrical drill at this point.
Yeah, I think moving on from here, then we can break form.
Yeah.
Get into something else. Okay? So from here on, or what I'd like to do, ending at the end right before letter H on that final chord, is I think it'd be cool if everybody was in like a blob, shall I say, like encompassing the piano player. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we wanna.
So kind of like a circle, but not like a defined circle that's filled in, or a somewhat defined circle that's filled in, basically. But it's still kind of like scattered and blobby looking. What do you think about that guard girl behind that mirror?
Just discard it.
What if?
You don't any damage, right? Just take damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
What if they didn't push forward and they just did like a slide to the right? Would that be as effective? Guard girl behind the mirror bothers me.
I don't know. I mean,
She'd still kind of end up behind it, and not like one of them would end up kind of.
Anything else?
I honestly think that the guard needs to bail from 34 to 35. Like, I think they need to start doing their own thing, because otherwise they're just going to be masked by that mirror.
Is that they, yeah. What would it look like if that whole form, instead of just sliding down into the right, just did a perfect lateral slide across the field?
That puts win members behind the mirror. That puts M3T4 behind the mirror.
But not like directly behind it. Oh yeah. Not much though.
Technically, you have to play a land before you can.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if you used.
Okay, yeah, I'm just.
Why are we staying in a symmetrical form when the mirror that was the epicenter of that symmetry is no longer the epicenter of the symmetry? You know what I mean? Like,
So you want to do something different instead of doing...
Yeah, I think they just need to get out of this shape. You know?
Can they still do something at a half the time?
Yeah, we can definitely stay in halftime. I just don't think that. I don't think that this. I think the shape served its purpose, and now we need to go on to something else because we're moving away from the mirror.
So from 34 to 35, we're saying?
Yeah.
So-
Yep.
Okay.
If I just attack it and it doesn't.
And you want to keep the mirror the epicenter?
I'm not saying that we need to keep the mirror the epicenter. I'm just saying if we're gonna do drill that moves away from it, it shouldn't be this shape. You know what I mean? So like, so we can definitely move away from it. I just think we need to move into either a shape that's not symmetrical, or we need to move, or we need to stay centered on the mirror.
Okay. Well, maybe, what if we stayed centered on the mirror from 34 to 35 somehow, instead of have everybody push away from it? Still doing 8 counts at halftime. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. So from this diamond here, do something else at a halftime speed. Still sticking around the center of the mirror.
That's it. Yep.
That works for me.
Can we go to a circle?
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna dip out. You can rock it out from here.
All right.
Let's stay centered on the mirror for 8 more halftime counts. If we can keep the guards still incorporated inside the form, I would appreciate that. And then have them dip out after this.
Yeah, once we move back into double time.
Yeah, that's fine. And then, like I said, do you know what I mean as far as like an ending form around the piano?
Yep. Oh yeah. Like in that kind of munge blob type of thing.
Yeah, and it'd be totally fine if they were like in front of the piano. So basically like a big circle around the piano, but not like a defined circle.
But you want like a half circle. Like we don't want to like envelop the piano, right?
I don't know. What do you think? I think it'd be cool to like encompass her.
I mean, it just depends on what you do with it, I guess. Like I can see a way you can execute that and get away with it, and I can think of a lot of ways that you can do it and it be awful. You know what I mean? Like I think it comes down to execution.
Right. Okay.
Because like you need to do something like with the piano then. Like you need to have members like either standing on the piano. Yeah, something where you're actually like
I think it'd be cool if someone
swallowing
got up on the piano there at the end.
Yeah.
The end of that one there.
What is the score? Is the piano player playing anything at the end? I haven't listened to that last part of the score here in a minute. So let me.
He's pretty much playing that whole time.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Go ahead.
You know what?
We need to feature the piano. Like in my mind, we can draw attention to the piano by circling around her, but I don't think we should swallow the piano if she's playing there. You know.
Yeah. Okay. And all right. Let's see here. Got your phone by you?
Me? Yeah.
I'm gonna text you the image real quick. Let's see here. Let me know if you get it.
I got a thing or two.
Problem is, actually, so even
So there's these kind of concentric circles.
Yep.
Yeah, but maybe even just a little bit tighter, you know?
Well, yeah, they would definitely have to be just
Yeah, 'cause
because.
you don't want them too far in front.
Right. Well, and how far? I don't even know how far off the front sideline is legal. You know, like when are you gonna get penalized? Do you know? Do you know if there's different? Do you know if there's different?
Well, I don't think there's much rule to that. I mean, if the front ensemble's supposed to be there, you would think that they could go wherever the front ensemble is, you know?
Yeah. I just don't want to write you guys into a position where you're gonna get penalized. And so I know some shows have different rules than others too.
Yeah. Well,
So it just kind of depends.
If we get penalized, we get penalized. But I don't think
It's just literally
I have to worry about it too much. I'd say
I was feeling so good about this deck now.
at least 4 steps.
I also think
I don't think the other people know
the members who are
I don't even think I know.
going to be in front of the piano need to be kneeling at the end,
Because sometimes
Yeah.
or something like they can't cover up the shape of the piano.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna dip out. You do your work, and I'll just wait for you to come up with something. If you can do something like that, cool. If not, I don't really care. But
Okay.
I'll let you finish it off to H here, and then get back to me. So.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sir.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
Yep. Have a good night.
Hey, shoot me a video when you're finished up or whatnot.
Will do.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.